Real Madrid thrash Osasuna, Atletico crawl past Mallorca 1-0, and we might actually have a title race thanks to Real Sociedad. We're going to talk about all that and more in today's episode of Lengua de la Liga, Deadball TV's new show covering the top flight. If you guys could drop a like on the video and hit subscribe for more La Liga content here on Deadball TV, that'd be much appreciated. Lastly, let us know your biggest takeaway down below in the comments. Michael, I don't know if we should go game first or takeaway, but I really have an itch to touch on the Sociedad 1-0 victory against Barcelona first, if you're
Go
okay
ahead.
with that. Because I think I started last episode by asking you if your faith was restored in Sociedad. You said you ain't getting fooled by one game. You're a smart man. Well, how about now? Has your opinion changed at all after what we just saw?
I might have just done a Booker T spinneroonie, and I might be back on the bandwagon. I can't lie. I can't lie, man. Because what I saw today,
You bought the stock when it was its most expensive.
100%.
Jump it
I'm
back in.
gonna be a foolish investor at this time around. But Sociedad today, bro, they should have won 3-4-0. They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was by far their best game, I think, in 2020. They were excellent. Every player. Here's a crazy stat. When was the last time Geraldo Becker scored for La Real?
We just called this man out too.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time he scored?
I think he had 3 goals all of last season, maybe March.
Last goal was May 4th. He hasn't scored this season. His only goals are for the Suriname national team against, I don't know, Turks and Caicos or some other teams like that. Like, he scored a phenomenal goal. That first time finish off the post and in, they were, Kubo was cooking in that first half. No, there was nothing Barca could have done. And if I'm going to be honest, this should have been 3-4-0, and we should be talking about an absolute masterclass. But yet again, do not get fully fooled by this performance by Sociedad, because they are still Rainforest Cafe FC. Because they have all the chances. Orizabal had 2 great chances. Geraldo Becker at the back post. This should have been 4-0, and we should have been talking about an absolute cooking session on Barca, because what did they create today? I mean, okay, do you think that was offside on Lewandowski for that goal?
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, but my whole opinion on that is Barcelona have benefited more from the offsides than any other team this season. So I'm not having 1 second of the crying and complaining from the fan base that they got robbed, because outside of that Lewandowski disallowed goal, they did nothing, to your point.
Nada.
Nothing. Crazy. I think the stat about this game that was mind-blowing to me, Real Sociedad offsides once.
Say they don't have Espanyol players. That's why. Or Bayern players.
Yes.
Or Mbappe.
Or Mbappe. If Sociedad had Mbappe, they lose tonight's game. That's all we're saying.
Maybe.
No, but that's crazy. This is easily the first game this season where Barcelona had more offsides than the opposition. And I was waiting for Rafinha to beat somebody outside. I was waiting for Balde to do something when he was supporting the attack. Man, they missed Lamine Yamal. Yep. Big time today, man. Big time, dude.
So it's the first time that he hasn't really played this season, and the first time Hansi Flick and his side don't score a goal all season. That's crazy.
Do you think Sociedad, with how they're set up, the personnel that they had, I thought Aguerd was a beast today.
Yep.
Do you think they're a side that is better suited for these tough games against the better sides in the Liga?
I think so. I think they just play up to their competition and they play down to their competition. That's why you can't fully trust that. We know they're a talented team, and that's why I iterated a couple weeks ago. I'm like, so frustrating to watch them, because you see Kubo, the dude is unbelievable. Orizabal, obviously Becker, then you have Sucic, you have Zubimendi, Bryce Mendes. By the way, Aramburu, this guy's leaving next summer. 100%. The dude was a beast again today, even though he got injured, but he was beast mode. So if Real Sociedad can just be a bit more clinical side, mixed in with the technical ability they got, just get a striker, please. Just give Oscarson some minutes. I know he played some minutes today and he didn't have the greatest cameo, but somebody's got to step up on this side and just get the goals. Orizabal is a legend for them, but I still don't trust him. I mean, that miss he had from Becker's pass in the first half, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. How did this not finish 2-0 in the first half? So Yes, look, Real Sociedad play good football, but you cannot fully trust them. When they go up against, I don't know who their next opponent is, whether it's Las Palmas, watch them lose that game 1-0. Watch it. That's them. But when they play Real Madrid or they play Barcelona at home, oh, they're going to give the toughest match possible.
Yeah, the defense is rock solid, and it's pretty much kept them in games the entire season while their offense has done largely nothing in most games. But, today we got a moment of brilliance from Geraldo Becker. How many times he can do that again this season? I'm not
Not
going to
many
place
much.
any bets on that. But, sometimes fortune's on your side. But, I mean, I can't really say this was a lucky result for Sociedad. I think it was
No.
100% deserved.
Yeah, 100%. So are you kind of worried with Barcelona, though, that without Lamine Yamal, they just look so putrid going forward? Like, they created nothing. We saw nothing from
Mhm.
Rafinha. Lewandowski was pretty quiet. He got absolutely bullied by Aguirre and Zubeida. So I wouldn't say worried about Barcelona, but that just shows you the valuableness of a Lamine Yamal. So you're kind of worried with that.
I don't know how worried I am. My biggest takeaway was football is seriously a game of fine margins, and Hansi Flick with his best 11 has transformed into, it's a Super Saiyan, it's Godzilla -1 after it eats radiation. No spoilers. Check out that movie. It's really good. It's like impossible to kill. But if one piece gets removed, yes, I think Lamal is incredibly important. But I also think if you had Lamal out there, but you drop Pedri, or you Inigo gets hurt, or not Balde, Kunde goes down, I think you would still see this like susceptibility when they're full strength. They're winning La Liga.
Yeah.
They will, hands down. But if they keep having these important figures miss a couple games, all it's going to do, in my opinion, is just leave the door open. Now, whether Atleti and Real Madrid can take advantage of that remains to be seen. But that's kind of how I see this. Dude, I had a crazy stat here. Real Sociedad, before this match, had one win in the last 16 league games against Barcelona. That's Espanol,
Wow.
bro.
Wow. They are Espanol in disguise.
Dude, they are frauds.
Wow, what win? Because usually
Dog.
when Barcelona go to San Sebastian, it's pretty difficult ground for them. I didn't think it was only one win. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy. I refreshed my page 3 times because I was not expecting that at all. If I may, can I switch to who I would consider my biggest winner and biggest surprise of this weekend? If I'm not going Real Sociedad, bro. Las Palmas, they're back. These boys are so back. Beat Rayo Vallecano 3-1 at the Vallecas. They have 3 wins in their last 4. You pointed out the appointment of their new manager, Diego Martinez. Since being appointed, he has 4 wins, 1 loss in his first 5. He's beaten Girona away and now Rayo away as well.
I
Crazy.
think, no, Girona was at home, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it was at home.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
beating Rayo away, that's never easy. And finally,
3-1.
Silva, the striker, who's on loan from Wolves, he's starting to get some goals. So Las Palmas are doing it, man. They look like they were dead and buried. Then Diego Martinez comes back to La Liga and saves their asses. They needed some savior because if they didn't make any coaching change, and maybe that's what they needed. They just needed some refreshment, just some new ideas, and now they look like a good side. You don't want to play them right now with the way they're playing.
No.
They don't keep a lot of possession of the ball, but when they get possession of the ball, dangerous. So yeah, kudos to Diego Martinez. He better be manager of the month next. Nah, maybe not. No, Hansi Flick will still win it, but he's got to be up there, at least top 3 candidates.
Are you comfortable saying Las Palmas avoiding relegation?
No, it's too early. Let's not get
It's too
crazy now.
early. Okay. Dude, I don't know, man. Some of these other teams, dude, beneath them are just so bad, including Getafe, who lost 1-0 to Girona today. Yangel Herrera, another guy that we were calling out in the last episode, scores a header. So I think everybody across the league just listens
So
to
we just
this
got to call
podcast.
out everybody.
I know, for real. Like, honestly, we're going to start accepting Venmo requests. We'll call out a player on your team so that he goes on to perform and scores a goal in the following match. Another reminder to hit subscribe. Should we talk about Bilbao for a second?
No, we
I think
should
we
not talk
should.
about. I don't think
I
we
feel
should.
like we got to. I know you have something that you need to say.
Oh Jesus!
Drawing Valladolid 1-1 away from home. What's going on, bro? What's
I don't
happening?
know. Did you see the goal that Athletic Club scored?
At the very end of the game?
Yeah, at the very
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Oh my! If it wasn't for Hein, who's a very good goalkeeper, shout out to all my Estonians, tere, they would have lost this game off Athletic Club. They were horrendous again. I don't get this side. Okay, Nico Williams, you got to
Oh,
put that
it's
in the
time.
back. Oh,
Mm, mm,
I'm
it's
getting to
time.
that point. No, it's not time. I'm going to give it one more month. December. If
Okay.
he ain't cooking by December,
Okay.
we're gonna have to have a whole hour episode on him, just him,
Okay.
because he had a great chance in the first half. Through on goal, he doesn't even hit the target. Doesn't even test the goalkeeper behind. I'm like, this is horrendous. Then with possession of the ball, oh, Athletic Club, they have 70%, 60%. They do nothing with it. They do nothing. They're missing Sunset. Inaki Williams got injured against Ludogorets. They needed a comeback victory against Ludogorets. Really, guys? So, Athletic Club, for how well they played last week against Betis, where they should have won 5-1, this week they created absolutely nothing. And it's thanks to Hein being, I mean, I don't know what happened to him in that moment. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Gorozeta just gets a little volley and he actually parries it into his own net. Otherwise, Valladolid would have picked up a huge victory for their relegation times. But this is the problem with Athletic Club. They play very good football, but they have no cutting edge away from home. They are so fragile away from home. And they allowed, I don't know what the player was called again. The dude is 5'7" to get a header in the box. Are you crazy? 5'7" in these, what is this, Saragossa? What is this, Jeremy Pino? Like, this cannot be allowed in your own 18-yard box. So, I mean, it's a horrendous week for Athletic Club. Honestly, this cannot continue. You can't go away to Mallorca, get a draw, dominate against Betis, get a draw, and then draw away to Valladolid. Shameful.
Yeah, I think it was. Valladolid for a moment there were out of the relegation zone, but now they drop back down with the equalizer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Bilbao, given the fact that from what I read, Sunset and Iñaki Williams are missing at least the next 3 games, which
Yeah,
include
December.
El Derby Vasco. Next week, they got Sociedad at home, then Rayo away, then Real Madrid at home.
Oh God, the Basque Derby. Oh, that
Just
might
throw
be
that on
two
me.
L. That might be two L's right there. I can't lie. Actually, it might be three L's with the
Dude,
way
it
they're
might be
playing.
3 L's.
That would be horrendous. You cannot pick up three L's there because you had an easy schedule. Now you have Mallorca away. Okay, a little bit difficult opponent. You had a red card there. You had 70 minutes against 10 men. Away to Valladolid should be a win. So they're slipping far, a little bit further away from the top four, which is not great considering that they did spend a little bit of money on Jallo, and Jallo has been average at best. He was good at Braga, but since he's joined the Athletic Club, average. This is why Nico, you gotta step up, buddy, and he's not stepping up
Mhm.
right now. Decision making poor, finishing is poor. So uh, we're gonna, but I will save my thoughts about Nico if he doesn't perform against Real Sociedad. If he doesn't perform there, we might have a cooking session.
Yeah. So see that at home, you got to get up for that one.
Yep,
And I'm looking at the stats. He's still leading Bilbao in chances created this season with 17, which is
of course.
20th overall in the Liga. It's not terrible. It's not great, but especially near the end of this game, I mean, they were just feeding Nico Williams the ball repeatedly, and they were like, "Please beat your man and do something." And he did a few times. He had a couple like decent half chances created, but we're not seeing the same Nico Williams from last year. I think that was what we had a mini discussion about last episode too.
Do you think there's too much pressure on him to perform then? Or that he's just they're so focused on getting him the ball and that he cooks that somehow he's going to create the magic? Is that the issue then with Athletic Club? That they have nothing going down the right side?
That's a great question because when he plays with Iñaki, they kind of like rotate. Like
Yeah.
Iñaki will start right, but then he'll go left, and Nico vice versa. I don't know if it was the transfer saga. I don't know if it's something more psychological, like maybe his heart is half in it right now. I mean, it could be a European Championship slump. It could be the fact that Bilbao won a trophy last year and kind of coming down from the high. I don't know, but he certainly looks just a little rusty every
Hmm.
time I watch him. Just not his typical self. So that's going to be something that Bilbao are hoping. I mean, get a sports psychologist or something, get a therapist in there. I mean, whatever the man needs to get back to 100%, the club needs to invest in that because with the run of fixtures they have coming up, dude, it's not unrealistic given how the table looks. They could be in ninth.
Yep.
They could be in ninth in 3 weeks.
100%. But Sunset is a huge miss. That guy is critical to create chance creation on the team and getting crucial goals. So without Sunset and Inaki for the Bash Derby, oh boy, that's not going to be a great viewing for myself. Oh yeah, yeah. Kubo might cook in that game
No.
too. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Kubo, I think he won MVP again against
Oh,
Barcelona
100%.
today, and I just deserved without a doubt.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna hate for a second here. Leganes won, Sevilla nil. I'm done, dude. I'm absolutely done with Sevilla. I actually would rather watch Getafe at this point than watch
What?
Sevilla.
Wow, that's
These
when you know it's got
guys
bad.
are so ass to watch. And I'm going to be honest, dude. If you remove their win against Real Betis, which maybe for the rest of my life, I will not understand how they won that game and how they made Real Betis look so bad in that
Derby.
game. It's genuinely, it's an outlier. Yes, it is city rivalry, period. There's no other explanation for what happened. Maybe it's Jesus Navas' send off. Maybe that got them extra motivated. Don't know. Outside of that, they have been nothing short of fraudulent. They've beaten Getafe, Valladolid, and Espanyol, bro. They've beaten the relegation teams. These guys are ass. And it's a waste of my life every time I turn them on. I don't know who they have next. I can find that out right now. They are playing Sevilla has Rayo. They're in 13th place. I'm just done, dude. I'm
No, but
boycotting Sevilla for a month.
I mean, the fact that they conceded that goal and Angume gets that red card, I mean, it just epitomizes Sevilla season right there. How you can be so just lackadaisical on the ball and just think, yep, I got all the time and space in the world against Leganes. Really? I mean, it just 100% proves what Sevilla are. Lacking in the forward line other than Luque Bacchio, Iheanacho has been a terrible signing. Romero not stepping up, and then the midfield just
No,
cannot control a game, and it can't create. If you're going to tell me you're going to create a midfield with Sol, Lokonga, and Agume, you're smoking crack. There is no chance creation in that midfield whatsoever. They're all just number
no.
sixes and false sixes. That's what they are. They can't create, and yeah, they're it's just so sad what Sevilla have become. They're just such an average team nowadays. They're going through the same patterns as Valencia. They'll keep getting worse. They'll keep making worse signings. Maybe eventually they're going to trust their academy. But Sevilla, I don't know when they're going to get good again. I honestly don't. I don't know when they're going to make a top four finish or even win a Europa League. I don't think that's going to
Mhm.
happen for 5 years at this rate if this is how they're playing because they don't give you any hope whatsoever.
No. No, I feel like by virtue of how they set up, basically with three defensive minded midfielders, there's going to be one game. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to be later in the season. It's going to be against Sociedad or Atleti, maybe, or Barca, where they draw 1-1 or they win the game 1-0. And then I'm sure Sevilla fans will yell at me and say that I have zero ball knowledge. But I'm sorry, against any other team where it's like a 50-50 game or Sevilla are the favorite, they can't create. The game, dude, I don't know if you watched it. It was abysmally
Oh, it
bad.
was abysmal. The Sevilla were only dangerous in set pieces.
That's all they can do. It's that
Yeah.
and Luca Bacchio, please help us. I don't think Isaac Romero has a goal this season.
Does
When,
Ian
when,
Nacho
when
have
are
a
they going to
goal?
play Valentin Barco? When are they just going to start him at left back? At least get like a fullback that likes to press up. Like
I
there's
don't.
nothing there.
No, there's nothing. It's just so sad. I mean, Gudel, Salas. I mean, these guys are just average players compared to what Sevilla used to have. They had Rakitic. They had En-Nesyri. Like letting go of En-Nesyri is looking even worse and worse as time goes by. And obviously, they needed the money most notably, but it's just looking worse. Like you're asking Romero or Iheanacho to get you go. These guys can't do anything. Of granted, they don't really create their own moves or create their own chances, but you got to expect something against Leganes of all teams. But no, nothing. So it's going to be a long season for Sevilla. Now they just got to hope they don't get in a relegation battle because if you get into a relegation battle, then you're going to be. I don't know if they can get enough goals in that side. Remember
Yeah,
the
if they
Espanyol game? It was just Luca Bacchio. That's it.
yeah. And I think I'm going to draw a parallel to Everton when they avoided
Mm.
relegation a couple seasons ago just by virtue of being slightly less terrible than everybody else. It could definitely be a comes down to the last match day, the Sanchez Pizjuan, and they just have to get a draw against Valladolid to stay up, and they do it. They do the
Yeah.
bare minimum and they stay up. But this team is terrible, bro. And I mean, you're starting Ignacio as a winger. I'm not even sure how much longer that needs to continue. Isaac Romero, bro. I'm looking at his stats from this game, and this is shockingly bad. He was 1 for 10 on his ground duels. He lost 90% of his ground duels. He was dispossessed 4 times, 0 for 4 on successful dribbles, and less than 50% on his passes. That ain't doing anything for you. You cannot tell me just Iheanacho by himself up top would be worse than that. You cannot tell me that. The man is a fraud. I'm sorry. He's so bad. This is Sevilla. You're supposed to be like the fourth biggest club in the country, and you have this man leading the line. It's peak, dude.
That's peak. It's peak.
It's peak. Honestly, one of us should be out there.
Let's kind of transition more to positive news. Was that Real
Okay.
Madrid's best performance of the season?
Can I say it was Osasuna's worst performance of the
I mean, we can go
season?
both ways. We can go both ways. We can say Real Madrid were great, and Osasuna. Oh my God, they were terrible.
Oh, the one-on-one defending, bro, was just. I mean, these guys need a track coach. They need a track coach. They need to start running 100-meter relays because these guys can't sprint.
Nope.
Crazy.
No, but we got.
What's your takeaway from this?
No, we got to give credit though, because I think that was with all the pressure that Madrid have been under, and all this news around them. Vinny talking about, I don't want to be a striker anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. For them to win 4-0 and Vinny to get a hat trick, I thought that was by far their best game. They didn't allow Osasuna anything. And then Eder Militao goes down injured, ACL done for the season. Horrific for him. Another ACL injury. Then Brahim Diaz comes on for Rodrigo, who also got injured. Lucas Vasquez got injured. I mean, these guys are going to be injured now for a month. So Real Madrid are down to the bare bones at the moment. How can they regroup and try and win the La Liga and try and maybe win Champions League? I don't know how they're going to do it. But good to see Vinny get some goals. Bellingham getting his first goal of the season. Asensio, who came off the bench, the center back, who was their academy prospect. What a pass to Bellingham. Oh, my God. And
Crazy pass.
But I would still say Mbappe looks clueless out there. He looks clueless. It's basically, if there was no Vinny on this team, would Mbappe be carrying them like this? That's all I'm going to say. Because Mbappe, he got dropped by the French national team. This is how it's getting so bad. He's beefing with Deschamps. He's now beefing, I guess, with the media and all sorts of stuff. But I think this is at least some positive news for Madrid heading into, because if they lost this game heading into an international break with all those injuries, this would have been even more of a the title of this video would be Real Madrid crisis, 100%. But get the victory, regroup, international break, come back, and let's see how they can figure it out. But do you think now they got to go in the January transfer window and get some players? They have to at this point.
Yeah, at least a loan move or something. They have to. They have to. I mean, fortunately, it's Real Madrid, right? Like, if Osasuna had this magnitude of injury, they're done. Like, they're finishing 12th in the table. Like it's. I mean, look at Girona. Like, that's pretty much what's happening. I mean, yeah, they beat Getafe today, but that's because Getafe played negative football. By the way, they had a penalty overturned that would have been like their 6th pen of the season for Getafe. Hilarious. They are pen merchants.
They are,
sadly. I think the fact that Real Madrid got 4 in this game and Mbappe got 0 and wasn't really influential again, it's like Real Madrid minus Mbappe, massive dub. But you still have this really massive elephant in the room with the whole team. You got storylines coming out that he doesn't like his role. This isn't what he expected. He's unhappy. I mean, the dude is a diva, very gifted footballer, but he's broken the sacred locker room vibe that I think made Real Madrid invincible the last couple seasons. They got the dub. They got the 3 points. Barca lost. They gained ground. It was a good weekend for Madrid. But this team's got serious problems too. And Osasuna, bro, I don't know if they're good or not. I really do not know.
That was
I have no idea.
Performance. Because they were abysmal. I mean, Budimir, Zaragoza, Oroz did nothing in this game. Nothing.
Correct.
Compare this performance to what they did against Barca, and granted that was a depleted Barca, but my God, Osasuna on the ball were just horrendous. But I think you got to just give credit to Madrid. I think they absolutely just trounced them, and This is what Carlo has to do. He has to stick to this 4-3-3. None of these four midfielders. Let start Valverde and Camavinga together and let Bellingham do what he wants. Because Bellingham will make those late runs in behind compared to Mbappe. Like Bellingham's playing at striker and he'll get you those goals and get you those assists. But yeah, good, really good performance from Madrid. I thought it was their best performance. And they just needed some confidence heading into the international break.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better Real Madrid game. Certainly was not the Madrid derby, off the top
No.
of my head. So yeah, it is good for their confidence. And it is good for the overall drama of the league as well. But that's mainly because Barcelona lost. That would be
Yeah.
my argument. That it's kind of opened the door a little bit. It's still going to be a massive ask. I don't think Atleti are going to do it. But Real Madrid, maybe they have a slight chance. So we could talk about Atleti very quickly. 1-0 victory versus Mallorca away. Crazy stat. Atletico Madrid have scored more than one goal only once in the last 7 games against Mallorca. So is it that big of a deal? Was this really a trash game, or is it business as usual? Or both? I don't know. I don't. Did
Well,
you
you're
watch this
no,
travesty?
I'm not gonna watch that travesty. But you have to
Mm.
explain to me how you had 0 shots on target in the first half.
Well, I would say the main reason for that is that our only kind of attacking fluidity in the first half was when Julian drops hella deep. He receives the ball from Riquelme or Barrios, and then he tries to play the same through ball to Griezmann over and over and over again, and it becomes really, really predictable. That's what I would say. I thought it was funny because at least the Argentine commentator was like Coque masterclass today. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? He's passing backwards and sideways. What do you mean Coque masterclass? Like it was just like a run of the mill, completely average Coque performance. If you even look at the goal that we scored, it is
Sweaty.
yet again a I would say a fortunate goal for Atleti. Like the goddamn center back from Mallorca, he tried instead of clearing the ball, which he's going to get to the ball before Simeone, decides to go body to body and like misses. I mean, it just I saw it. It's a good pass. Julian kind of an awkward finish. He's trying to not use his weak foot, but he puts it in the back of the net. And I'm sitting there watching the game like that was one of the ugliest goals we've ever scored.
It
And
all counts.
that's what the season's been. You're right. You're right. It all counts the same. But this is another one of those games where it's like the 3 points overshadows the performance. This was not a good game from Atleti. Oblak had a couple big saves in this match. I thought Mallorca put us on the back foot in like the 80th minute when they really started going for it. Riquelme had a tap in open for Correa, decided to shoot instead. Idiotic. Could have put the game away there. This team far from the finished product, and that's why even though we won, I think we're on 26 points right now. I'm not feeling, bro. Axel Witsel, bro. I'm done with this man. I'm done with
I
this
don't
man.
know how
Did you see
that
his
guy
mess up
starts.
today?
No, I didn't see it, but that guy should not be anywhere near Atleti.
Dude, Oblak saved our ass. Again, a long ball comes in over top. Witsel, I mean, he's just not even fast anymore. We're kind of playing a high line in this particular situation. Tries to like clear the ball over his head, misses, whiffs it completely. The Mallorca attacker gets onto it, tries to lob Oblak, and he kind of like slaps it. But it could have been a disaster. Well, dude, like him and Longley, I think I
Oh
tweeted it. The
God.
fall of Atleti's back line is historic.
No,
Because
Lenormand needs to get healthy ASAP. Absolute ASAP. But actually, this was a great week
100%.
for Atleti. You scammed the victory in Paris, and I know some Atleti fans don't want to hear. You scammed that victory big time, but
Oh,
you got 2 wins. That's all that matters. Nobody cares how you play. Just get the victory and hope and pray that Lenormand and Jimenez can get healthy because you need desperately those two center backs. Lenglet and Witzel. If those are going to consistently be your center back pairing, you're not going to have any chance of anything this season. Nothing. Nothing. Maybe top four you'll get. You're not going to win Copa del Rey. You're not going to win the Champions League. So, but Oblak, he basically started both goals. Didn't he start the goal today for Atleti? And he started the winning goal against
yes.
PSG as
Yeah.
well. Oblak,
Yeah.
play a midfield. Play a midfield, bro.
He's our cam. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, he did send Simeone long today. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy. Do you think that Atleti will do the double on any of the good teams in La Liga this season?
So, what are we saying? Good teams: Barca, Real, Villarreal.
I would throw Sociedad Bilbao.
No, they're not doing the double on those teams.
Yeah, dude, Atleti Sociedad, that game could be terrible, bro. That could be such a bad match.
It could be.
I
Both
think
teams just
Barca kill
missing.
us too.
Oh yeah, Barca will kill you guys, 100%.
Yeah,
And Villarreal at
yeah.
home, they will kill you.
You have to press us. That's how
Yes.
you beat us. You have to press us. Mallorca didn't press. We didn't press Mallorca. We were just staring at each other. It was a really awkward game. You want to beat Atleti, you have to high press. And that's why I think Barcelona is going to be a disaster.
Yep.
But we got the 3
Should we,
points, so
should we quickly touch upon Yellow Submarine? Because they didn't play last weekend. They're still my favorite team in La Liga to watch. I can't lie. They are so fun. Just the
was
football
that the
they play.
worst 3-0 win you've ever seen?
Well, in what sense worse?
In the sense that I thought it was pretty flattering for Villarreal, actually.
Yeah. In some circumstances, I would say so, but they had a couple disallowed goals. Like Pepe scored a screamer and it was offside.
That's
I
true.
mean, that would have been like Pepe is
That's
just
true.
reinvigorated this season. I love seeing Pepe, but the worst thing for Yellow Submarine is that Alcomach got injured after he scored a bang. Oh my god, that golazo he scored, and now he's tore his ACL. Another player with an ACL tear. So yeah, he's out for the
Oh,
season. Alcomach, yeah, it's really
no.
disheartening. Yeah, man, he had a really good. I think he had a really good Olympics. Watching him there, didn't have the greatest start this season. He's getting more and more minutes. Then he scores a golazo, and he got tore his ACL. So sad.
Dang, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah. He was crying and he got
We
stretchered
got it.
off, so they confirmed it as well,
Oh, man.
Villarreal. But
Dude, that
the Yellow
sucks.
Submarine, look, did they get flattering with that result? Possibly, because those two late goals came in like the 80th minute and 90th minute with Parejo getting a goal. But yeah, they were not great in that first half until the Alcomach scored that goal. So, but I'm so entertained watching Villarreal. They're just such a direct team. If you want to watch entertaining football this season, watch
Oh, yeah.
Villarreal, watch Celta Vigo. Actually, we should touch on Celta Vigo as well. They're such entertaining teams. You might see some horrendous defending, but your entertainment value skyrocketing.
Yeah, they're still my favorite team to watch. I didn't think it was the greatest Villarreal performance though, especially the first half. I thought was just dead footy completely. But this is a team that once the opposition starts to get tired or Villarreal have a lead and the other team has to start chasing. Oh my god. I mean, Godspeed because the pace up front, the sweatiness, the directness is crazy with these guys. They are so fun to watch. But yeah, we probably should touch on briefly Betis 2, Celta Vigo 2. You have a big takeaway from this game? I did watch it. I thought it was actually quite entertaining.
I mean, how Betis didn't win this game? What is up with these guys? Are they just another Rainforest Cafe FC team? We got to think of a nickname for Betis because great this game. They were fantastic. They draw 2-2. Horrible last week. Great against Atleti. What gives, guys? I mean, the two goals they give up, I think, is horrendous defending. Vitor Roque should have had about 2-3 goals in that first half. He had some great
Yeah.
chances. Abde had some great chances, and they got saved. They got saved by Barta. So Real Betis, they played some really fantastic football, and I think Celta Vigo were really fortunate to get a point here. That was not like the high flying Celta Vigo football we've seen all season, but Betis, I think they'll be kicking themselves. Maybe not so much because they eventually got the points, but they played, I thought, phenomenal in that first half. And Lo Celso coming off the bench, really having some impact on the game. He got the cross in before the header to Barta. So Lo Celso's
Yeah.
impact when he gets fully healthy will be crucial for Betis. And Vitor Roque is in good form.
I maybe we call them like off the post FC since they keep hitting the post
I guess so, yeah.
repeatedly in or Woodwork FC or something. Like I think it was Fornals almost had a screamer.
Oh, yeah, he hit the crossbar too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're super fun to watch. I think with Betis, it's just like a case of a really raw attacking front three that
Mm.
they're athletic, they can all dribble, they're gonna run at you. That midfield presses very well as a unit, but you're also gonna get the downside of a bunch of young attackers, right? Not everybody can be Lamine Yamal, and they
No.
miss a lot of opportunities. How does Abde have a goal this season? He probably has like one, right?
Oh, no, he should have scored today. I don't know how he was like 5 yards out and skied it over the bar. I don't know how he didn't score that one chance
He
in
does
the
it every
first
game,
half.
dude. He does it every single game.
God, but you can just see he's such a good player, but he just doesn't have the fundamentals of just putting in the back of the net or putting in a good cross. He's just missing the basic fundament. You know what he reminds me of? Garnacho. Shows you all this promise, tiki taka, very good dribbling, but the finishing product is horrendous. I think that's a very similar player.
So we're saying Vitor Roque is Darwin Nunez?
Could be, yeah. But I'm going to give Vitor Roque time because that guy is young. Darwin, you've been established for many, many years now, bro. You keep missing chances. Vitor Roque, I do see a good player, though. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I think that was the best move for him to go to Betis and just get the minutes. He needs to get the rust off. And I think he just alluded to that a couple of days ago, saying, yeah, I didn't have the greatest time at Barca. I'm very, very happy at Betis. So making this loan move was phenomenal for him.
Yeah, I saw some Barcelona fans were upset with those comments, but I don't know what you want the guy to say. It's his goddamn career, right? He's got to play. I mean, period. I just checked. Abde has 1 goal involvement this season. Like, that is
One
crazy, bro.
goal involvement in this Betis team that created. Oh my!
You had to jump early last episode, but Abde is actually the least efficient attacker in La Liga in terms of expected goals and goals. His expected goals are 4, like 0.5 or something, and he has 1 goal. He is the dominant Calvert-Lewin of La Liga.
DCL would be proud. He would be proud. I mean, Abde, he's a good player, but he's just super super raw. That's why I was thinking like Alkomach. Abde, you better be careful because Alkomach might take your spot. But now he got the ACL injury, so that sucks for him.
God, it's devastating. Yeah, I think if Betis can keep this nucleus, which is going to be tough, but if they can keep these guys together, they could be a scary team in a year or two. Like,
yes,
nobody's going to want to play Betis.
the one thing I feel like they kind of did wrong in the transfer window. I don't know if it was summer or the winter. Somebody's gonna have to check that in the comments down below. That they let go of Luis Enrique to Botafogo because now he's scoring a lot. He's scoring for the Seleção in Brazil, and he's scoring all these goals, important goals for Botafogo, and they let him go. Like obviously, Botafogo paid big money for him, but I think that could have been a player where you need some more clinical edge in your team, and Luis Enrique could have brought that.
That's some sweat in that attack.
Yeah, that would have been some sweat because he's actually turned into a more clinical player. Botafogo. He was a little bit raw at Betis as well. But everybody's raw basically at Betis at this moment. they're just beef carpaccio. That's what they are. Beef carpaccio.
Dude, can you imagine if Luis Enrique went to Villarreal?
Oh. Those are what dreams are made of.
Yeah. We're buying a Villarreal kid if that happens, dude. That would be crazy. 100%. But yeah, man, that's the problem with La Liga. You just like these kind of smaller teams with the financial troubles. You just got to hold on to their players, and it's really difficult to do so. But if Betis and Villarreal can do so, or Sociedad, if they can keep Kubo, good luck. Aramburu, good luck. Man, they could cook next season. No, basically what we're saying.
Cook. Yep. 100%.
That's basically what we're saying. Any last words before we end the EP?
Well, we go into an international break, and then it's Atletico versus Real Sociedad. Oh my god, that episode is not going to be fun. I'm already fearing that game, 100%.
Oh god, let's see. It's at the San Mamés, right?
I think so. Let me just quickly check. I think it is. I think it is though, but I will just double check.
Dude, that could be a banger or a terrible no game.
Yeah, it's at the San Mamés. Oh, yeah. Oh, and you know what we got up next as well? Celta Vigo hosting Barca.
God, that's always a cracker too.
Oh,
we got
Osasuna Villarreal. Oh, we got some good games next time up.
Oh, Zaragoza versus Pepe. That's gonna be, yeah.
Grab you gotta stay tuned, people, for the next Lengua de la Liga episode. It might be a cracker again, like this one.
Might be an absolute cracker. You guys hit subscribe so you do not miss that episode and any other La Liga content here on the channel. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed and let us know your biggest takeaway from this match week in La Liga down below in the comments. Also, be sure to follow Michael. I'll put his social link in the description of this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.